Let's get to it.
Alright YouTube, what is going on? Mesa Sean back at it with some Destiny. Sorry if I'm still nasally, guys, still trying to kick this damn cold here, but another cool article came out of Game Informer talking all about the subclasses, and I'm going to annotate on your screen all my footage I took from E3, and I'm sorry if you might have seen this gameplay before. I only got so much gameplay when I went to E3. But I will annotate on your screen videos, well actually I put them all on a playlist where I go through all of the perks that are actually in the subclasses. Not everything was unlocked for us at E3, but I wanted to go over the things they talk about in this article because they kind of break everything down into a nutshell of what you need to know about these 3 new subclasses. So let's jump right into it. But interestingly enough, they talk about that we actually were supposed to have a 4th class, but I was reading some of this verbatim. It says, what happened to Destiny's 4th class? In very early Destiny, we had 4 character classes we were trying to design around, says senior designer Sage Merrill. But that 4th one just never fit, so we cut it down to 3. When we made that cut, everything fell into place. It's not like anything wasn't working, just that when you start to slice up the total space for what a class does in the shooter environment, no matter where you put that 4th class, it always sort of felt like it was encroaching on what the other character classes did. Now, when I played all 3 characters at E3, I'm going to say for PvP, Sunbreaker was my favorite, Stormcaller Next, and then the Nightstalker was the least favorite. But I think the Nightstalker is really going to have its role in PvE, because it is meant to be a support class, and I don't know, the Void Bows didn't do that much. I mean, I got hit a number of times with it in PvP, and all it did was really slow me down, and it felt like when a wizard poisons you. It just slowed me down, gave me a little damage, nothing big. So anyway, I'm babbling through it. Let's go right into some of the bullet points of the new subclasses that you need to know about. So starting off with the Sunbreaker. So, Hammer of Soul. The Titan super ability allows you to conjure up a flaming hammer that will shatter enemy skulls with devastating melee attacks. You have a Thermite Grenade. These grenades create explosions that send streaks of fire rushing towards your target. So it actually, look, it sounds like it's tracking. Sunstrike. This melee attack allows Titans to set their enemies on fire. I didn't recall if the Sunbreaker's melee was any longer in terms of distance. I know, you know, Titans have their little baby arms, and in my opinion, the melees are too short. But anyway, Firekeeper, okay? An augment of 2 Hammer Soul that makes this special last longer. Also gives you an overshield as long as you're standing in a sunspot, which is a pool of fire that Sunbreakers can create with their Hammer of Soul. I've seen in a few clips in some of the trailers where he'll slam one of his hammers on the ground and create a sunspot. That's what they're talking about. Then we get to Bungie pro tips. The Sunbreaker has an attack where he lunges forward and uppercuts guys. You can also do this in the air with a flaming knee. That will chain detonate. If you launch that guy to another set of guys, they will chain pop with a significant amount of damage. If you can line this up, this is the kind of mini game you play once you know how this works. You don't want to just kill a guy. You want to kick him into his friends so that he chain detonates. He can also make an area of fire around him. While he's standing in a pool of fire, his super goes down very slowly, so he can hold that space for a very long time. He's all about shelling one area, moving to it, and fighting from that area. So Titan's FTW. I felt the Sunbreaker was my favorite when I went to E3. Alright, now moving on to the Warlock, the Stormcaller. Okay, Storm Trance. This super gives Warlocks an arc lightning attack that deals massive damage to multiple enemies. You got Storm Grenade. This explosion calls down a localized lightning storm. I'm assuming that's from above. Okay, Thunder Strike, an electrifying melee strike that hits from an extended range. Jeez Louise, Warlocks already have crazy range on their melees. Then we got Perpetual Charge. So performing a melee kill recharges your grenade ability, while a grenade kill recharges your melee ability. So lots of grenades, lots of melees, and I've always said that the Warlock has the best melee, or it just feels like it in terms of distance, especially the Sunsingers with their Scorch melees. You get so many kills, whether it's PvE or PvP, and I love it in PvE because you get yourself that little overshield for a little bit. Now for the Bungie pro tips, he's not very subtle. He basically electrocutes everybody like Emperor Palpatine. His melee is probably going to be the most contentious thing. He has a very long range attack when his melee skill is fully charged up. So it's very hard to beat him in a melee fight from a distance, like it's not already, with Sunsingers and Voidwalkers. Warlock should start getting used to engaging in melee early on. If you're not going up against another Stormcaller in PvP, he can win melee fights pretty easy. Alright, here we go. Let's talk about the Nightstalker, okay? I didn't like the Nightstalker in PvP, but hey, let's talk about it. Shadow Shot. This gives hunters a bow that can one-shot enemies. This shot also creates a void anchor on walls and floors that tethers enemies to one spot. The duration of this anchor is extended with every enemy you kill, so every tethered enemy you kill increases the length time your tether will stay in place and capture more enemies. This is one of the ways that Bungie was able to balance the ability for both PvE and PvP. So basically this sounds like a very, very PvE heavy perk, because what? Golden Gun, great for PvP. Blade Dancer, great for PvP. This Shadow Shot, not so great for PvP, but I think great for PvE. In my opinion, better than Gold. The only thing I like in PvE with regards to the super is going to be Golden Gun with my Celestial Nighthawk. Never use Blade Dancer to actually kill anything in PvE, because I use my Blade Dancer for like invisibility or something like that when I'm reviving teammates in the Prison of Elderly People. So I think it's well needed that we need a support class for the Hunter. Then we get your Void Wall Grenade. This explosion emits a horizontal wall of burning void lights. Make sure you put them on a wall, not on the floor or ceiling. Smoke. In addition to grenades, Nightstalkers can throw smoke that slows and disorients enemies caught in the blast. I like when the wizards slow you down. That's why I felt like that in PvP when I got clipped by them a few times. Shade Step, a wall-time roll that allows you to avoid damage. So that's kind of the new Blink, I'm guessing. I saw in a few clips from the trailers. If you double tap circle on your PlayStation, I don't know what the Xbox one is, you're gonna do a evade roll. I don't have a footage or anything. I think it's in the vid doc. I know I've seen it somewhere in some of the Bungie trailers. Okay, Bungie pro tip. This Hunter has a bunch of toys. He has smoke grenades, but the debuff is much stronger if you hit people directly with the grenade rather than running through the smoke. This base super is also pretty complicated. He has the bow. Whenever his arrow hits, he creates an anchor that reaches out to grab stuff. Anyone who is grabbed by the tether is debuffed. And in PvP, it's hard to stop all supers. If you see a Titan and Warlock coming into your base with the supers, you can hit above the door with your tether, and it will shut them both down and hold them in place. It's a great counter maneuver. Again, I felt the Hunter Nightstalker was pretty weak in PvP, but go check out Miss 5000 Watts. I'm pretty sure she's got some beast clips with her using her Hunter Nightstalker and catching people, killing them, but then also stopping and slowing people down. So that's it. Drop a like in this video. Only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter and Mesa Sean. Check out my stream. Links will be in the description. And that is it. I am out of here like Vladimir.